Alright, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use mCloth to animate a waving flag in 3ds Max 2014. mCloth was added very recently. It's a really great tool to use. You are able to apply wind and gravity forces to really get a realistic rendering of different cloth objects. So in my scene I've set up a really simple plane, just 800 by 800 centimeters with 1 and 1 length and width segments. My flagpole is a simple cylinder that it has a radius of 2 centimeters, height is 220, and a plane that's 55 by 100 centimeters, and most importantly has length and width segments of 50 by 50. So we're going to be working with mass effects, so you need to right click somewhere in an empty area of the toolbar and make sure the Mass Effects toolbar is visible. It will look like this. It usually comes floated, but you can just go ahead and dock it in an empty area. So first things first, I want to click on the flagpole, and I am going to set it as a static rigid body. This means it has no interaction, but is there for a placeholder to work with the other Mass Effects objects that are in my scene. And with my flag, I'm going to set as an mCloth object. So if you go to the t-shirt icon in the Mass Effects toolbar, go ahead and set as mCloth object. The cloth behavior is dynamic, which is all good. And under the physical fabric presets, you can load. The only one that is there is cotton, so make sure it's loaded. And the gravity, density, stretchiness, bendiness, etc., all of that will be set to a cotton material. You are free to change these however you'd want, depending on what effects you would like to achieve from your flag. So what I'm going to do is, a lot of you may have been using the attachment constraint to attach the flag onto the flagpole. You probably found out that that was a big hassle. You had your plane going every which direction trying to find the right face that it was on. You were working with adjusting the pivots, blah blah blah. You don't have to do that anymore. So under the mCloth modifier, there is a plus sign. I want you to go ahead and click that and click on vertex. You are going to see that the entire flag lights up with its vertices. And what you're going to do is, I'm just going to go ahead and move my flag over a little bit. With your vertices, I want you to select the ones that are going to come in contact with the flagpole. So I'm just going to do the first 3. If you don't want that gap sticking out, go ahead and just do the first 2 inside of your flagpole. And scroll down, and you want to make group. I'm going to name this group nodes. You can do the same. And what you want to do is, under constraint, you want to click node, which is going to select these vertices, and you want to constrain it to the flagpole. You'll see that my cursor turns to a plus sign when I hover over the flagpole, and it is constrained. So I'll go back, X out of my mCloth. I'm going to go to my camera view, and let's show this in shaded. And if I play my animation, we're going to see that the flag is functioning, but it needs a little bit of love. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply some wind to the flag. So I'm going to go back to my Create tab, go to Space Warps, and under Forces I see wind here. So in my top viewport, I'm going to drag out a few wind gizmos. And I want to rotate a couple of these so they're at 90 degrees. I like using my angle snap just because it's a little bit easier. And this one I'll just make it a little bit free form here. So again, there's no totally right answer to how to do this. It's going to take some trial and error, like I said. Let's push some of these back a little bit. Alright, I'll go back to my camera here. And under each one of the wind modifiers, you can adjust its parameters just like you would anything else under the Modify tab. So I'm just going to change the strength of these to 0.5. And then I'm going to go over to my flag here, and if you scroll down you'll see Scene Forces Applied. I want to add my wind forces. So I'm going to click and add, and then click my gizmo here. So you'll see that I have my 3 wind forces applied here. This would be a good time to save. Save it into your project folder and into your scenes folder, whichever one works for you. And now with that wind applied, let's see what my simulation looks like. So we'll see it's blowing a little bit more. Not quite what I want, so maybe what I can do at this point is I can adjust the force up a little bit. This has the capability of going relatively high, so I'll put the back one at 5, give a nice back wind there, and you'll see the difference. It'll be twisting and turning all over the place, but this will take some getting used to. Adjust it to however you want your flag. For me, that's a little bit too much. But that's looking a little bit better. So once you like your animation, what you can do is go to your tab up here in your Mass Effects tools, and under the simulation tools you can bake all, and if you look down here under your animation keys you will see that a bunch of keys show up as Mass Effects is baking. So now if I see under my animation toolbar here, I have keys that have been created for my mCloth flag. So if I click play, it will go ahead and play that animation. Of course, you can slow that down by adding more keys and going to your time configuration tab here. So right now my flag is a little bit sporadic, but you get the gist for the tutorial. So I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoy using mCloth in your project. And stay tuned. Thank you.